Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Paul of Paul's Covered Calls, and I've done the COVID pivot from doggies to dollars. And so this is an opportunity as an amateur investor to share my story, my trades, and my thought processes. So this is me. Hi everyone. Okay. Thanks for joining me for this quick little presentation, and we'll go from there. One moment, please. So the all-important board of directors, so that's myself and Sweet Pea, and we're going to talk today about missing strike prices when you look at a covered call table. And I'm on Twitter at Paul Called It and paulscoveredcalls.com. So missing strike prices, it does happen within the table. How, why, I'm not certain, but here's an actual trade. And I have some screenshots just to share with you what I'm actually talking about. So here you have a covered call. And again, I like at or near the money. So I'm in this between the blue and the white. And you'll notice that all of a sudden, all of these strike prices are missing. And this is the week of Thanksgiving. So here we are moving on to the next screen, and I have two tables side by side, and I just want to share their subsequent weeks. One is missing several strike prices, the other has them all there and the dollar amounts. So I'm interested in participating in a covered call with this stock. It's CGC. And so I bought 400 shares, 4 contracts, and with the inkling of missing strike prices and the fact that I did look at the technicals, I did look at MACD and stochastics, and it was uptrending. So 400 shares equals how many contracts? You got this, 4 contracts. So this is where I had to bring money to the table. I bought about $9,900 worth of stock. So I had 10K. I brought money to the table and I bought 400 shares. On Monday, the same day I bought the shares, I did one covered call at the strike price of $25, and that's represented here. So bought it at $24.63, strike price at $25. And those other 3, I'm going to be using the ladder method, and I will show you what I mean in a moment. So by retaining those 3 contracts for later in the week, that's exactly what I did. So Monday I had 1 covered call. Wednesday I had 3 because I bought 400 shares. So here's my 1 plus 3 is 4 covered calls, and look at that strike price, $26.50, and I bought them at $24.63. And again, this is all based upon a Q. The Q being over here, missing strike prices, positive technicals, and again, that is some of my favorites that I like to use are Bollinger Bands, MACD, and stochastics. So going back to this slide, I have a white screen here. Let's see what happened at the end of the week. So I could have technically held another contract and done something at $28, but you know what? I met my happiness criteria of 1 to 2%. I have some substantial dollars that are in my account. And so in a moment, we're going to go to the green slide, green meaning money, and I'm going to show you what I made with this particular stock and these particular covered calls for this week. So I could have eked out a little bit more money, but you know what? You never know the future. And so this stock come Wednesday or Thursday could have dropped. So for me, I have modest criteria, 1 to 2%, and I'm okay if a stock is assigned. And that's exactly what happened. I got to keep the money, my stock was assigned, and come the following Monday, I got to do it all over again because I had all this cash in my account. So let's do some numbers. Monday, the covered call value was $50. That is a decent percentage right there in terms of return with the covered call value. The stock itself was sold at the strike price of $25. So that 37 is right here, simple math. 25 minus 24.63, 37 bucks. That's $87 just from that one covered call alone. Very happy with that. And I'm particularly pleased with this. So doing the laddering method, 3 covered calls, strike price of $26.50. That covered call value in and of itself was $78. 78 bucks times 3. Remember, it's 3 contracts, so that's 78 times 3. And then the stock itself was sold at the strike price. Simple math. $26.50 less $24.63. That's $187 per contract. Guess what the total is? Just from these 4 contracts, 1 week, $882. That's a wonderful return, and that's $882 that I have in my bank account. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do covered calls. And that's why I like to do them week after week, month after month, and get these. In this particular case, it's quite a considerable bag of gold. But I'll tell you what, I would have been happy with 87 times 4 because it met my criteria. I just happened to use a laddering method and I squeezed out a little bit more. Thanks again for joining me with this presentation, how you too can participate in covered calls and using some simple visual cues, that being missing strike prices and subsequent laddering methods. I'm available at Twitter, website. Please comment, please subscribe. And again, my name is Stephanie Paul of Paul's Covered Calls. More to come, more to share. And then lastly, a quick disclaimer, my opinions are my own, my thoughts are my own, my trades, certainly, thought processes are my own as well. And we'll see you Monday, see where I'm going to be heading. All right, thanks a lot.